to their bullshit. So I'm just gonna keep my phone on the live so you can listen to how annoying these kids that live in this building are. Because to connect to my Bluetooth, you have to be within a certain vicinity. This isn't a Wi-Fi hack. This is a local fucking vicinity hack. So here you go. Listen to the stupid shit they want me to listen to. You don't want to do it anymore? Now that the camera's rolling? I have cameras rolling 24/7. I can pull the video at any time. Just because I'm on a YouTube live, you want to stop? Don't stop. Please go ahead. I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm okay with it. But you know what this is? This is great proof for the next complaint I make to the housing department about hostile living environment. Please continue. Now, I suspect that they're doing this because they want 15 minutes of my attention. They want to distract me. They want to make me upset. They want to put me in a state of anger. I'm not. I can't be angry with fucking little idiot kids, right? It's a bunch of kids whose parents neglected them that think they're going to get attention. They're clout chasers. That's what a clout chaser is. Your parents didn't fucking pay enough attention to you for you to feel like a whole individual. So if it satisfies you to spy on my life, because even though I am a neurodivergent person, I'm still able to independently take care of myself. Whereas you who think that you're neurotypical cannot fucking find a way to make it work. This is a perfect example as to why. I don't feel the need to connect to someone else's Bluetooth at 4 a.m. just to be annoying so I can get a rise out of them because that gives me a paycheck. I don't get a paycheck from getting a rise out of people. Right. Whereas I thought I lived with people who were in their 40s and 50s, they act a whole lot like they're five. And for context, if you don't know, Western Boulevard has just been put under investigation for human trafficking. Mostly the kind of trafficking that's sex trafficking, but there's another kind of trafficking going on. It's called labor trafficking, and that's what I'm experiencing. Um, so while I sit and look for a new job, I have to deal with neighbors like this. And what they want is for me to be annoying and reactive and combative, and I could care less because I don't have shit to worry about. Um, I don't have to get enough sleep to focus tomorrow. You don't bother me. I am a creative. So all I'm doing now while I'm searching for another job, I'm creating. I am in my zone and you can't get me out of it. So continue with all your dumb fuckery and you're just making a great example as to what kind of shit LA is in right now. By the way, the people messing with my systems, they know about the human trafficking because they're part of it. Don't you think that it's funny? Like for a good 10 minutes, they were playing the audio on my Bluetooth because for whatever reason, they needed to hear from me. I'm here. I'm in my apartment. I turned my stuff off airplane mode so you could collect your little credit and go do drugs and overdose. That's my goal for you. No, it doesn't change my energy. My energy is the kind of energy that's going to explain yourself to you when you need it to be. Right. And then there's this kid that keeps like looking in my apartment, trying to see if my shit's moved around, like trying to get an idea of what's going on in my apartment. And I have a feeling that he keeps on telling people that there's going to be a vacant space here soon, and there's not. There will not be. Like 10 years, maybe. You guys got a much better chance of finding happiness going somewhere else, not fucking with me. Right. So if my presence here without being loud and annoying, it's 4 a.m. Nobody wants to hear my fucking ass. Nobody wants to hear your fucking bullshit on my Bluetooth either. So instead of I think how they want me to react, I'm just gonna tell them about themselves. They do the craziest shit. And they love when I make these videos. So one of the things that they like to do, and I talk about this all the time, and then I was watching some videos that say like who repeat themselves are trying to prove something. Yeah, I'm absolutely trying to prove that the people in my building are fucking psychopaths. So they do this thing. We have new tenants now. So all the people who previously I put on a grid sheet, I still see them. Like for example, yesterday when I was on my walk home, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Um, when I was on my walk home, I think it was yesterday because I got off the bus early. Yeah, and there was dog piss by the front door. That's how I know it was yesterday. Um, yesterday when I was on my walk home, the lady who's normally vacuuming the stairs, the girl that she's made into a best friend, I saw her far away from the building, right? It's very strange when I see my building neighbors like a distance ways away. So, what it seemed like to me was maybe their notification system timing is off. So, they're not getting notifications about my whereabouts as timely as they would like. So, as soon as this girl had realized I was getting close and where I was at, she decided to take a dog on a walk so that she could get a look at what's in my basket before I got home. But I didn't have anything in my basket that she could see. Like these people literally stalk everything I do. They want to know everything I buy. They want to know all the money that I spend. They're trying to gauge what kind of chance they have of success. Supposedly, it's like $1 million reward if they get me to move out of this apartment. Uh, Based on their stocking. And it's not going to happen because what's going to happen is I'm going to get a job that pays me more money than you. And then you guys are going to sit here and try to make me look crazy again. And it's going to keep happening. So what it does, whatever this game that you guys are buying in, because just going off of pattern recognition and my autism, right? And I could be completely wrong. I'm just putting this out there. This is what the universe is telling me is happening. It's a game similar like a sports betting game where you can place bets on anything from what time I walk out the door to which direction I'm going to walk. Example, like this afternoon when I was making a 360 video of the man at Target who, like, okay, so you can understand California, state of California has it's a 10-minute break rule. So anything beyond 10 minutes, you're now taking an illegal break according to your employer and the state of California. So, um if I am hanging out with someone in any one area for longer than 10 minutes, they're already not on their break, right? They're already doing something wrong or illegal within the state or their company or whatever. And then that's when my senses, my spidey senses start peaking. So like I'm at Target, right? And let's say there's an employee there who's on a break and his break goes from a 10-minute break into a 30-minute break. Maybe that's his lunch. Okay. None of my business. But then you have these other people that uh, they came to the area where I was at Target. They didn't really seem to have much business. One guy got a Starbucks. Okay. Um, maybe that's just where he decided to take his break. But the energy that he was projecting was very much the same energy I've profiled of my other stalkers. And it was very pedophile. It was very much like the guy who insisted on getting a fist bump from me and then turned to his friends and said, "That's how you do it." Like, when I take that into consideration, that lets me know that there's something out there somewhere, like some kind of scavenger hunt list that people have to collect like fist bumps from me. Just make contact. Um, so when I talk about the people who were at the Target with me today, it seems like a bunch of cockroach. Like I'm the hot food, I'm the fresh food that they're looking for, and all these cockroaches come and run, and then they just come and hang out around me for 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and that's how my time outside goes. It's not a paranoia. I'm telling you very factually. I can point out exactly who it is. I can point out the time that they started at and what time that they left. And most likely, almost always, it's going to be a 15-minute period or more. Um, and their energy is just awful. Like before I realized I was being overtly stalked, I would go around and I didn't give a shit about people's energy, right? Maybe a little bit. I would do like the shit that I do now on 1,000. Um, but now I'm so tuned into people's energy, I will run away from someone with bad energy. Like you don't have to do shit. You don't have to connect to my Bluetooth. Like one of the reasons I do what I do is because I know how desperate you are if you're still doing little things like connecting to my Bluetooth to make me crazy, and all that does is make me more sane. So please continue your stupid shit and let me know that you're fully bothered by my existence. It does nothing for me. I think it's gonna frustrate you more and more the stronger I get, the less I react. I also want to mention that it's a Saturday. I don't know any plumbers, at least. They don't send plumbers out to my apartment on Saturdays. And the upstairs unit, one of them, um, they were using a router. So I don't know if they had an emergency plumbing issue or if they're using the router to try to poke holes in the plumbing and make an issue. But I do know that water leaking from the plumbing pipes is what's creating a nasty mess above my bathroom, and it may be contributing to the amount of cockroaches in the building. I also want to add that I had some neighbors, they fumigated their apartment, and I can tell when they fumigate because it fumigates my apartment as well. And for the last 2 days, I found only one little baby roach who got lost when I had put an old something I took out of my refrigerator that I was going to throw away on the ground. So I think he was just attracted to the stinky smell, and maybe that's the last one I get to see in here for a while until they have to fumigate again. I also don't think that they're fumigating correctly. I think they're using like store-bought bombs, and we were told not to do that. The original owner of the building gave us a nice handbook that told us the building provides an exterminator. So if my upstairs neighbors are using their own raid bomb, all they're doing is what the owner of the building, the original owner, does not want. They're just pushing their roach problem into the next unit, not mine, because they didn't come here. I have lemongrass. They stopped by the visit. Um, and then what's the other part? So yeah, like I was saying, it's Saturday. It was Saturday yesterday, and at some inconvenient time in the morning, they had their router going. And what I think it really is, I don't necessarily think that they have a clog in their shit. Maybe they do. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe that was someone in the apartment doing it for them. Most likely, if it was the guy Greg who told me that he gets to park somewhere because he's white. But anyway, they start the router right when I am planning on leaving the house. This is part of the trafficking. So it's not just work trafficking, it's trafficking. If I plan on going to do anything they don't want me to do, they want me to hang out with them all day so they can collect their credits. They want to have they want to be able to report my whereabouts to whoever it is that needs to know where I'm going, which is why I go outside every day and I go somewhere, because whatever surveillance this shit is, it's got to be really expensive to have this many people following me. You're not going to make me paranoid. You're not going to make me a recluse. I enjoy the sun. I enjoy vitamin D. I enjoy good energy. So I'll go out and find happy people and animals and dogs. Um, like, I don't know how this is going to work for you. How are you going to make someone like me look crazy? I am very much a factual, intellectual who refuses to speak to people who don't meet a certain IQ level. And maybe that's why so many of you guys are following me around trying to talk to me. You are not even in the 50%. The people I refuse to make a conversation with, you're not even in the 50 percentile. And my refusal to speak with you is because your brain cannot comprehend what I would like to say. So, um, right? Maybe that's a good reason why a good amount of people think I'm dumb, because I have to dumb myself down to make a conversation with them. Uh, but I will say, at least the 4:30 a.m. Bluetooth intercept has stopped. But I do have a good amount of followers. Hi, Louisville, Kentucky in the house. What's this? Oh, Kentucky. Do you guys know about gang stalking? Do you know what proxy stalking is? Because it's very rampant here in Los Angeles. I am a survivor. I don't consider myself a victim anymore because I will put all of these guys to shame, telling them about themselves. I can profile them based on their actions. Forcing yourself into someone's life means you were neglected as a child. Forcing a relationship, forcing contact means you didn't get what you needed as a child. Um, so doing the I didn't take psychology in college. I really don't think I took a single psychology class, but I can read you like a book. I have the book if you really want to know. Would you like to read from it? We can do that next time. The next time you guys want to interrupt my piece, I can pick an illness inside of the DSM and we can get into it just on a layman's level, because I think a lot of you may not even know what your condition is. Um, right? It's blindness. Most of it, earlier I was talking about it. It comes from the food that you eat. I find it very impossible to think that someone who is eating food with natural ingredients, that doesn't eat maltodextrose, that doesn't eat polymono dye, any of that stuff, that doesn't like, and oh, I'll stop. I won't say that I don't eat it, because every now and then there's something that has it that sneaks in, but I avoid it. I actively avoid anything I can't read or understand in ingredients. And that's what makes my brain able to function so well. Um, and these people think, oh, she just smokes weed and she's gonna be a. I smoke weed because if I didn't smoke weed, I really couldn't handle you. So, um, that's that. Right? It puts me at like a comparable level of dumb for what society is today. It's so sad I have to say that. And if you're offended, go read a book or something. Like, shit. Don't be offended. Really, really, it really does come down to education, school. Are you able to read a book? When was the last time? It's been forever since I read a book, but I'm not here interfering in other people's lives. I'm not going out of my way. I used to go out of my way to annoy other people. Now I just focus on I got pens. Do you want to know what? Let's talk about it. I don't have time for the bullshit drama in my life because I have probably 10 platinum preppy fountain pens where I cut the nibs on 3 of them to make them stub nibs, and I love it. I have 3 stub nib preppy platinum pens with ink that I love. One of them, Endless Alchemy Candy C. Another one, Tom's Studio, I forgot the name, but shimmer, something shimmery. And then another one, the one I got today, Lammy Dark Lilac. And if you think you're going to annoy me, I'm going to spend the rest of my life writing books about you. It's gonna be like a series of books, and I don't have any annoyance in me. You guys are gonna make me money. Um, so once I get all my thoughts organized, I'm actually in the process right now, right this minute. The reason I got up at 4 a.m. was to make a new organizer on paper that I enjoy writing on. That's where I'm at. I'm not worried about being stalked. I'm not worried about these losers around me who have no money, who signed up for a stupid game that they're no longer getting paid out from. I'm not worried about it. So I've already spent too much time on here. You got your 20 minutes, you got your voice file. Have a beautiful day.